And welcome to our Picks and Ponderings video preview series. It's racing after the Breeders' Cup. We're still around and we're still here to help you through big races through the wintertime. I'm Paul Mazur of Picks and Ponderings and can be found on Twitter at HeyLaserbeam. The joint account is at Picks Ponderings. Welcome to Post Breeders' Cup racing. It does exist, even though there's no NTRA polls, even though there's no national television coverage until next spring and Derby preps, they're still racing at places like Churchill and Aqueduct and Hawthorne, and Del Mar too. With the racing this weekend, it's a light schedule considering that star horses have gone to the Breeders' Cup and the Breeders' Cup undercard. So we take a look this week. It's at other stakes action. Partner in crime Nicole Newless will look at the Grade 3 Long Island Handicap going 1.5 miles on the grass at Aqueduct. She's got a long form preview of that, and head over to that page to hear her thoughts on that event for turf females. In this preview, we're going to look at the Grade 2 Chilukki Stakes. It goes as the feature on Churchill's Saturday, November the 7th carded as the 10th race of 11. The post time is 5:15 Eastern. It goes at 1 mile on the dirt, and that's one turn at Churchill, not that Keeneland 2-turn mile funny business. One turn out of the chute, 1 mile for fillies and mares 3 and up. The race memorializes Chilukki, best known as the 1999 champion 2-year-old filly, who won this race in 2000 back when it had the more blah name of the Churchill Downs Distaff Handicap. Illinois-bred Rolling Sea was among the winners of this in 2006. You might remember last year's winner, the Del Romans trainee Molly Morgan, and she went on to win this year's La Troyenne on the Derby undercard. An octet of 3 and up fillies and mares will go the 1-turn mile in the Chilukki. Considering there's an octet, there doesn't appear to be a ton of crazy go-nut speed. There's speed in here, but I really don't see someone that wants to go out there and set ridiculously fast fractions. And I'm actually going to look to someone to maybe pull off Grand Theft race in here, and that's number 4, Spelling Again. The Brad Cox trainee will have Sean Ridge Mahan to ride, breaking from the 4-post at the morning line of 8-1. Disclaimer, these are not my morning lines. These are Churchill's. You know how Churchill morning lines can be, folks. Quoted at 8-1 on the morning line, Spelling Again has gotten pretty good in career form after getting away from the Southern California turf circuit. The last four starts in the Midwest, they've been good starts. First off the long layoff, third at Indiana and a twice other than. Wins a twice other than, 3 back. Last time out won the open mind going 6 panels at Churchill and did it pretty much gate to wire, beating a quality listed stakes level sprinter at Hey Kitty Kitty. The same Hey Kitty Kitty that next time out got the silver medal in the Grade 2 in the Grade 2 TCA at Keeneland. Spelling Again was 4th in that Grade 2 Thoroughbred Club of America, or TCA for short. And I'm going to give her a bit of a mulligan in that race because of a couple things. One, it was on a muddy track during fall stars and I'm going to say that a drying out track may have just been too quirky and may have also not played to her style. Secondly, she was facing a Grade 2 field that's worlds tougher than what she's facing here. She was facing horses like Judy the Beauty and Fioretti, and you put them in the wagering in this field, and we're going to have 1 to 70 odds on the tote. Spelling Again comes in at a very nice 8-1 on the morning line, does have a win 2 back over the Churchill dirt, and also has some very favorable, if you look at your form statistics, 2 sprint to route statistics from trainer Brad Cox. We use the Brisnet products, and we'll be plugging the fact that Cox on a 2 sprint to route angle goes at 41% winners, 83% in the money, and a plus RO and a flatbread profit in 27 outs. We like those 2 sprint to route statistics, and we'll be tapping Spelling Again to go all the way on the front in the Grade 2 Chilukki at a mile. The fact that this is a one-turn mile plays into the strengths of Bird at the Wire, drawn at the rail. I wonder what happened to Bird at the Wire after her races at Gulfstream. She ran 5th in the Kentucky Oaks behind all the New Orleans horses, Lovely Maria and Stellar Wind and all those 3-year-old fillies, and then went into witness protection. We haven't seen her since that 5th in the Kentucky Oaks. She got good, really good at Gulfstream during the winter. But sometimes you wonder what these Gulfstream horses, are they Gulfstream horses or are they just good horses? Do they need to take their track with them? I wonder if I don't want to ask that question with Bird at the Wire, who's 2-1 on the morning line. If Bird at the Wire, and I also don't want to ask it considering people are going to bet back that fifth in the Kentucky Oaks, and considering 4th was Stellar Wind, who actually ran a crack race in the BC Distaff. So I'm gonna defensively use her, but I'm not all that keen on throwing her in the tickets. Sure, she's got great extended one-turn form based on her races in Gulfstream's preps to the Kentucky Oaks. I just wonder if she needs to take her track with her. I said also that there wasn't a ton of speed in here, and maybe a forward horse like Gold Medal Dancer can finally get off whatever schneid she's been on. Everything looked great for Gold Medal Dancer during the first half of the year. She was cashing checks in Oaklawn races. She won the Grade 2 Azeri back in the springtime, and then in the Grade 2 Fleur de Lis, just ugh. That was maybe the wheels just fell off on her after that race, and probably that explains why she hasn't been seen since that Grade 2 race at a mile and an eighth. I often wonder with this race at a one-turn mile if maybe trainer Donnie von Hemel is thinking, this is a prep. This race with the Falls City on Thanksgiving weekend for this. Sometimes you might see a wheel back. Someone runs in the Chilukki. 3 weeks later, they come back in the Falls City, that Grade 2 at a mile and an eighth. To me, this looks like Gold Medal Dancer is in here at a mile to go in as a Falls City prep. She makes sense. She makes sense if she runs back to her Oaklawn races, and considering that she was in the same zip code as Untappable down at Oaklawn, she makes sense on class. The one-turn mile probably is good for her. I just wonder what's really the objective. Are they thinking of an Oaklawn campaign? Are they thinking of Falls City? I just don't think she's pointed all the way for this race. But I gotta use her based on that strong Oaklawn form and on the fact that Von Hemel's got his main rider, Luis Quinones, on board. These two aren't just here at Churchill just to, go sightseeing at the Derby Museum. They're here to play, and they're going to be live. And with that, we come to our selections in the Grade 2 Chilukki Stakes, the 10th of 11 on Saturday at Churchill, where we like number 4, Spelling Again, at 8-1 on the morning line, over number 1, Bird at the Wire, at 2-1 on the morning line. The third choice being number 6, Gold Medal Dancer, at 5-2 on the morning line. We always give a long shot to watch in our Picks and Ponderings video preview series, and we go to an angle that I've heard from before in radio conversations done on major radio, from one John Asher. You've heard of him. He steps onto the stage during Derby week. He's one of the high figures of Churchill, and he basically says that Churchill's dirt is the most turf-like of dirt. And I think that's going to play into, and I think that helps my long shot a good bit. That long shot is in post number 3. It would help if I gotta love computers these days. When you want to scroll, doesn't work. Well, it's number 3, Serene Melody. 15-1 on the morning line, Julien Leparoux to ride for Chuck Lopresti. You won't find any dirt form on the pages with serene melody. You're just going to find a lot of turf and synthetic form. As this is one that's been racing its at Presque Isle on the synthetic, Kentucky Downs on the turf. Three back this one won a never won thrice allowance at Presque Isle. Okay, I won a non-winners of three allowance at Presque. Okay, two back this one was in the Kentucky Ladies Turf on a pretty strong listed stakes against grade 3 light, against graded types like I'm Already Sexy and Sunset Glow and Kiss Moon. Last time I'll try to listed stakes. But all of these have been at 2 turns. Presque Isle has 2 turn miles, and this one's been at the 2 turn miles there. Four back started the year at Turfway, while forwardly placed, and that's a 2 tournament. Maybe this one going 1 turn has some good things going for it. And maybe the fact that this one tries dirt for the first time, that could help too. Considering we've got Street Cry as a dirt sire, and Street Cry had some success on dirt. The long shot to watch for us in the grade 2 Chilukki will be number 3, and will be used under the 4, 1, and 6. Good luck in Saturday's Chilukki from Picks and Ponderings at Chicago Now.